Yeah, welcome back to GMC Live Reviews. We're live reviewing Lake Natron Camp, right here on the Rift Valley, Tanzania, East Africa, and we're with Ake Lindstrom. Ake,
Morning, Carl.
thanks for getting us down Lengai
No
yesterday
worries.
afternoon. It was supposed to be yesterday morning already, but wow, tough but rewarding mountain, huh?
Definitely. I think people often underestimate the second half of a challenge
Yeah,
of a mountain, but
No.
it was good.
a distinct two halves.
Yeah.
We're here to just chat about Lake Natron Camp. We've stayed here now a couple of days. I must say the activity part and what you can do around Lake Natron and the camp itself is absolutely incredible. So any adventurous seeker, any geologist, birding is phenomenal. But we're going to just focus on the actual camp a little bit. How many tents? Tell us a bit more.
Sure. The camp it's quite an interesting project, the whole camp in itself. It's 10 tents, and we think that's certainly enough. We always planned and took over the camp as a very sustainable entity, so we never wanted to go too big. We wanted to keep the quality and the control really at all times. So 10 tents, and that's it. One main mess area, dining area, and then every single structure here is removable. We have quite a strict policy, actually. In theory, a 3-month return to natural state policy, so every single thing that we put here must be removable. And again, this is very much part of our ethos. But it's a tented camp, and very interestingly, I think a lot of people turn up here, they don't really know what it is because there are shade nets everywhere. And why are there shade nets? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, this is a very extreme environment. You do get high winds here, and then you also get some pretty amazing sunshine, which at the end of the day, those are wonderful things, but you don't necessarily want too much of them. So there are shade nets which cover the tents.
So your first impression when you arrive is might not be the true kind of beauty of the place, but that is pure protection against wind and elements. And then as you move around and explore the area a bit, you get to the real beauty, which is absolutely stunning.
That's it. I think one of the really cool things about the camp, each area slowly reveals itself. And it's a place where we love people to move around, have a look around, truffle around and explore. And actually that's one of the other things about this area, there's a lot of freedom. And so when people come in, they often are a bit nervous about wandering around and getting into the environment, and yet this is very much an environment where we do like people to wander around. We do want them to explore and then to get into the water, and that's the key, is actually getting in and exploring. We don't have any large predators or mammals here. So your elephants, lion, and none of those things are here. It's an environment where those were taken out quite a long time ago now.
So safe for walking.
Very
Kids
safe.
are welcome.
Absolutely. I've got my wee infant son here. Obviously, you have to look after kids and so forth. And to be realistic, when people come in, we do tell them. But you have to understand we are in the middle of the bush. What does that mean? It means there are things around, creepy crawlies, and so forth. So you do have to be
Aware.
You're in the bush. You're in the wild.
Okay, so how do I get here? We are literally a couple of hours from Arusha,
So
maybe a little more.
yeah, there are a couple of different ways coming from Arusha, and one of them is via Longido, and one is via Mutuambo, close to Lake Manyara. There are lots of options on how to put this into an itinerary. I think for a lot of residents, this is a perfect getaway. And coming out via Longido, going back via Mutuambo, it makes a beautiful little circuit. And coming via Longido, there's also a lot of game on that road as well. Anything from, Gerenuk, Lesakudu and so forth.
We came up that way. And we actually come past Natron quite often on the way to the northern Serengeti, into Kleinsgate. So it's a great route. That road has no traffic on it. It's a beautiful road. So, and then you're working on a little airstrip, which it just needs to get licensed and so on.
That's it. So for some people, they don't want to do all the driving. I think the style of safaris for some people has changed. The way that people sell places like Natron for a lot of people, that airstrip is going to be very important, and that's going to be, we expect it to be up to a full kilometer by this time next year. So, well, actually, June 2018, we expect it to be a kilometer of proper surface. Right now, it's 600 meters, so ideal for those shorter charters. Caravans do land, but not fully laden ones. But that's going to be important for the area for sure.
Okay, and then how do I book it? How do I get it?
How do you get on? We have an online availability chart. So for anybody who's trying to sell Natron, if you want to come to Natron, most people book through a tour operator. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And residents tend to book with us directly. But the availability is online. People don't have to send emails, make phone calls, all that sort of stuff. They just go to our website, which is www.lake-natron-camp.com, and the availability is all there. A lot of information's there, you know, all of our activities, all of our custom treks and adventures that we do, all on the website, all very accessible.
Perfect. Well, we're gonna have a look at the rooms and the finer detail around camp. We looked at your community projects, and we'll come back and chat about sustainability in a little while, which I think you are right up there in the top 10 with regards to running a really sustainable camp. But we'll get to a bit more detail a bit later.
Great.
Cool. Carl Roof, GMC Live Reviews. This is the main camp review of Lake Natron Camp, and we'll chat to you in a bit.